Good morning, friends. Greetings and welcome to the Brightside, your nutritional program dedicated to the understanding of the vast world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. I am your host, Pharmacist Ben, nutritional pharmacist, registered pharmacist number 12275. I specialize in using nutritional supplements where other healthcare practitioners use toxic pharmaceutical drugs and deadly medical procedures. If you suspect that there are natural nutritional roads to your vitality and to your health and to your well-being and to addressing your health challenges, whatever they may be, but you don't know where to begin, you have come to the right place. As you listen to the Bright Side every day, you are more and more in control of your body. You are more and more knowledgeable, and you know you can overcome any health issue. That is why we are here every day on the Bright Side, helping clear up the sometimes confusing world of nutrition and nutritional supplementation. Over the last 27 years of practicing pharmacy, I have seen drug-free recoveries from diabetes and hypertension and obesity and skin diseases like acne, psoriasis, eczema, rosacea, digestive ailments, autoimmune issues of all kinds. Recoveries that by the standards of modern medicine can only be called a miracle. But what is in the world of the body, what is in the world of biology, standard operating procedure, because the human biological system is a healing system, it's a regenerating system, it is a renewing system designed divinely to heal, renew, and regenerate itself on a moment-to-moment basis. And while some folks may call that healing system a miracle, it really is just the way the body works. If you have questions about health or nutrition or prescription drugs, we welcome your phone calls here on the Bright Side. Our number is 855-660-4261, 855-660-4261. If you have questions about health, nutrition, prescription drugs, if you want to get off your medications and get on a good nutritional supplement program, we can help you do that. 855-660-4261 is our number on the Bright Side. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products that you hear advertised on the program, you can give us, you can give the Brightside Ben phone team a call at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Make sure you ask them about my personal favorite longevity product, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine. If you haven't tried this stuff yet, you owe it to yourself, you owe it to your family, you owe it to your friends to give it a shot. Most folks will notice results: appetite suppression, lower blood pressure, relaxation, weight loss, more energy within 1 or 2 doses. You can find out all about it by calling the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. You can also head over to my website, brightsideben.com. You can either pull down on the shopping cart and purchase any of the longevity products you hear us talk about on the program or advertised on the program. You can also click on the Join the Team link on the upper left-hand corner of the page and start yourself a longevity business. Earn some thank you checks simply by spreading the word, helping share the importance of a good nutritional supplement program like the one designed by Dr. Wallach. You can also call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. They can tell you all about it for a one-time $10 fee. You can enjoy all the tax benefits associated with having your own business, get thank you checks, help spread the word, and also get your products at the wholesale price. All right, we are talking about the pigment of aging, the accumulation of the aging pigment. It's really no pigment at all. It's actually cell junk, cell debris. Technically, it's called lipofuscin. It appears as brown spots on the skin that are associated with getting older. It's a rare older person. It's a rare person over the age of, say, 65, 70, 75 who doesn't have these brown spots, these lipofuscin spots. They're not pigment. They don't have anything to do with the sun. A lot of people think that if they wear sunscreen or they stay out of the sun, they'll avoid the demonstration or the appearance of these aging pigments. But they have nothing to do with the sun. They have nothing to do with darkening of the skin. They're actually showing up underneath the skin. You see them on top of the skin, but they're really appearing deeper underneath the skin. Lipofuscin accumulation represents a breakdown in cell health, not just a breakdown in cell health, but also deficiencies in nutrients, especially fatty nutrients, and very likely impaired fat absorption. The coating of the cell, the outside part of the cell membrane, plays a very, very important role in the development of lipofuscin, in the appearance of cell death, and also in the energizing of a cell. If all disease is cell disease, we've said that so many times on this program, all disease is cell disease. If this is true, that all disease is cell disease, we can think of cell disease as cell energy disease. It takes a lot of energy for a cell to maintain its stability, its viability, to keep a cell operating efficiently. Cells do work. That's what a cell does. It's a worker bee. It's producing stuff. It's making stuff. It's got activity. And all of this cell work, all this cell manufacturing requires energy. When a cell lacks energy, it can't do its work. Just like us. When we lack energy, we can't do our work. A cell's a miniature version of us. When a cell lacks energy, it can't do work. It can't make things. It can't do things. That's called being sick, whether it's a person or whether it's a cell. If a cell can't make things, a cell can't do things, that shows up as a sick cell, and ultimately it will show up as a sick us. It'll show up as a sick person. When a cell can't make things, when a cell can't do things, that's also called getting old. Ultimately, when a cell can't do its work, when a cell can't make things, that's called death. In order for a cell to do its work, in order for a cell to make stuff, in order for a cell to have the wherewithal to maintain its stability, it has to have energy. It has to have the energy required to do its job. And the cell membrane, the coating on top of the cell, is super, super important. In order for a cell to get energy, that cell membrane has to be healthy and functional. Once the cell membrane, the coating on top of the cell, it's 10,000 times thinner than a piece of paper, and that coating, that cell membrane, once it breaks down nutrients and oxygen and hormones and sugar, all of the substances that are going to help provide a cell with energy and allow a cell to do its work, all of those substances are going to have a much more difficult time getting into a cell. When it comes to the effect of hormones on top of a cell, many hormones work on the top of the cell on the membrane level. Once that cell membrane breaks down, hormones aren't going to be able to work as effectively either. And you can go to the doctor and get your hormone replacement therapy, your so-called bioidentical hormones, and even your naturopaths will tell you how important your bioidentical hormones can be. But if your cell membranes are not healthy, if that cell membrane, that coating on top of a cell 10,000 times thinner than a piece of paper, is broken down or dysfunctional or messed up in any way, hormones are not going to be able to sit in the receptors, which are located on the membrane. They're not going to be able to sit in the receptors effectively, and no matter how much bioidentical hormones you take, you're not going to get the benefits. You're not going to be able to get energy into a cell either once that membrane breaks down, because nutrients have to pass through the membrane. Not just nutrients, but also sugar and also oxygen has to pass through the membrane as well. Life is energy, folks. It's all about energy. Life is energy. Health is energy. Death is the opposite of energy. It's a dispersion of energy. Sickness at the big level, at the macro level, at the organism level, at our level, whether it's sickness that shows up as cancer or arthritis or autoimmune disease, sickness is the visible result of the ineffective production and utilization of energy at the microscopic level of a cell. This link between the microscopic level of a cell and the macroscopic, the big level of us, this connection that is missed so often is behind much of our misunderstanding of how health and disease progress in the body. Not understanding how to make this connection between the tiny, teeny level of a cell, the microscopic level of a cell, and the macroscopic level of us is the underlying cause of the confusion many of us have about how to stay healthy. We've got to make this link between the microscopic, teeny tiny level of a cell and the macroscopic level of us. Not making this connection between the microscopic world and the macroscopic world. The link between the teeny tiny cell and the visible organs that break down is where the medical predators who push drugs on us, who push surgeries on us, who push devices on us, this is where they get their power. When we don't make the connection between the microscopic world of a cell and the macroscopic world of us. And this is somewhat understandable. It's not intuitive. We don't really think that when we have a cold or we have arthritis or we have Alzheimer's disease or Parkinson's disease or any of the 12,800 different diseases that the World Health Organization says that the human being can get, it's not an intuitive leap. It's not an intuitive connection, but it's one that we have to make, this connection between how the cell is operating and how we are operating at the big level. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. We're going to take a time out and continue this discussion when we come back from our break. Our number today is 855-660-4261. We do have a couple lines open. Love to hear from you. 855-660-4261 is our number. We'll be back right after this with more good health information on the Brightside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Joel Wallach, veterinarian and naturopathic physician. The Dead Doctors Don't Lie guy with an important message. Take charge of your health. Do not continue to blindly follow the system that has failed us all. I appreciate GCN listeners because you're open-minded and intelligent. If our system is so great, why is it that the United States, the USA, ranks nearly 60th worldwide in longevity and number 1 in obesity? All the while we spend more money than all the other countries combined annually on unnecessary healthcare procedures and toxic drugs. It doesn't take much to get on track. Not with the government or pharmaceutical companies, but rather you in control of your own health with a basic understanding of nutrition and supplementation. FDI Longevity has the finest quality health, sports, and energy supplements available. GCN listeners are invited to join our team of people who want to stay healthy well into old age. We are currently looking for specialists to represent FDI Longevity and Save America. To buy products at wholesale prices or join our business team, go to GCNteam.com. That's GCNteam.com. Support GCN. Get healthy.
Hi, this is Gary Cooper with Midas Resources, Gold and Silver. Government shutdown, inept politicians, entitlements, looming Obamacare. The death of the U.S. dollar as a global reserve currency is what nobody wants to acknowledge. We have a debt bubble that cannot be paid and will eventually crash the dollar. If you're concerned about keeping your money, why not consider storing your wealth in gold and silver? Call me, Gary Cooper, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 130. Together we'll discuss your options of buying gold and silver. Again, the global elite have plans for your money, and it doesn't include you. So call me, Gary Cooper, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 130, and we'll discuss your options of buying precious metals. Also, I can send you information on how you can roll over your IRA or 401k into a precious metal IRA. Again, don't get caught with money in your account when the dollar crashes. Call me, Gary Cooper, at 1-800-686-2237, extension 130.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit GoBerkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey guy.
I will never forget the day my son Jeremy told me he hated me and slammed the door in my face. I'm behavioral therapist Janet Lehman. Behavior problems can turn the child you love and your life into a nightmare. That's why my husband James and I created the Total Transformation, the step-by-step program that shows you how to fix the worst behavior problems and get your child to respect and listen to you again. No matter what the behavior, defiance, backtalk, angry outbursts, disrespect, we can help you stop it. Now you can get the Total Transformation for free. All you need to do is get the program and let us know how it works for you. You can keep it forever for free.
Limited number of free programs available. Call now. 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595. That's 1-888-912-1595. 1-888-912-1595.
Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are G.
All right, we're back on the Brightside. Pharmacist Ben here. Thanks for joining us today. We are here Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 Pacific, 10 to 11 Central Time, and 24/7 on our archive page at brightsideben.com. If you miss a program, head over to brightsideben.com. We got 3 years plus of archives and lots of really good health information. If you miss a program or want to review a program, or if you want to send one of your longevity or potential longevity customers over to brightsideben.com, they can get tons of good information. You can also search the archives via the webpage benfuchsarchives.com. Thank you to Peter in the UK for setting that up. benfuchsarchives.com. The programs are all labeled with keywords and searchable. And if you want to check out my blog, I highly encourage you to do that. We've got lots of good news stories up there, as well as blog posts, which we update regularly. Thank you to Robert Lundgren, my webmaster, who does such a fine job at pharmacistben.com. If you want to purchase any of the longevity products you hear us talk about on the program, you can call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. That's 866-735-2470. Or you can go over to brightsideben.com and pull down on the shopping cart. We've got all the longevity products up there, including my personal favorite longevity product, the Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and now Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. I've been watching the results of this product. I've been seeing the results of this product now for 17 years in its different forms. First there was Tangy Tangerine, then there's Beyond Tangy Tangerine, and now Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 with probiotics, with prebiotics. GMO-free, it's organic, it's a wonderful way to get your basic nutrients throughout the day. Sip on it all day long and notice how much better you feel. It's just $50 a canister. If you want to start a longevity business, you can actually sell the Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0. Share the longevity Beyond Tangy Tangerine 2.0 and watch the results for yourself, on your friends, on your family, and on yourself. It's only $50 a canister. You can find out all about it at brightsideben.com or by calling the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. Okay, so we got this tiny, teeny little cell, 1/100th the size of a head of a pin. When that cell starts to break down, that's when disease shows up. Now, certainly you've got redundancy in the body. There's trillions upon trillions of cells, and one cell breaks down, two cells break down, even if 100,000 cells break down, you may not even notice it. But once the cells start to break down in earnest, that's where disease shows up. And not understanding this link between the small and the big is really where the medical model gets its power. We don't make this intuitive connection between the teeny tiny level of a cell and the visible organs and tissues that break down to our ultimate detriment. It makes us vulnerable to the predatory medical model. The medical model can't profit at the level of a cell. The medical model can't help us at the level of a cell. The medical model is helpless at the level of a cell because a cell is not stupid. A cell is not going to take in prescription drugs and utilize those prescription drugs. At the level of a cell, the medical model, the drug and pharmacological model of so-called health, it's not really health, maybe disease management. At the level of a cell, the medical model can only block and suppress and poison and remove and cut and destroy. I call that anti-medicine, as in anti-hypertensives, as in anticoagulants, as in anti-inflammatories, as in antibiotics, as in anti-anxiety. There's no such thing as a pro-medicine. There's no probiotic medicine. Probiotics are nutritional. Pro-medicines are nutrients. Anti-medicines are drugs. There's blocker medicines, calcium channel blockers, beta blockers, alpha blockers, TNF blockers, or inhibitors, ACE inhibitors, COX-2 inhibitors, proton pump inhibitors. That's what our drugs are. They inhibit, they block, and they're anti-life. Now, does that sound like a good thing? Where did this even come from? This idea that we can anti the body back to health, that we can inhibit the body back to health, that we can block the body back to health. Well, it comes from the fact that we don't make the link between the teeny tiny level of a cell and the macro level of the disease state. And it's not the doctor's fault either. You don't want to blame the doctors because they're trained in disease. They're not trained in health. Doctors are not trained in health. And a doctor has no business trying to tell somebody how to be healthy. Perhaps doctors play a role in disease management, and perhaps symptomatic relief is an important part of being alive. Maybe if you have symptoms, you want to get rid of the symptoms, but that's a lot different. That's a far cry from being healthy. You go to the doctor, you get your checkup, and you're going to leave with a blocker or an inhibitor or an anti-living process drug or poison of some kind. This is how the medical model operates, and then the medical model will tell us we're better because our cholesterol score is lower. Not that we're feeling better. but our cholesterol score is lower, or our TSH score is lower, or our liver panels, or our estradiol numbers are within some kind of drug company mandated or recommended normal, whatever that means, normal reference range. We may not be any healthier, but our test scores will be. We'll have really good test scores. Now, again, this is not a knock on doctors. This is what they're supposed to be doing. This is what they're trained to be doing. Doctoring is about disease. Doctors study disease. Doctors live in a world of disease. Their only concern is to minimize the effects of disease. But minimizing the effects of disease is not about health. Minimizing the effects of disease has nothing to do with health. This is why doctoring cannot make us healthy. Being healthy means that our cells are healthy. Being healthy means cells have all the energy to do what they need to do, and there's no statin drug that can help. There's no any drug that can help. There's no any surgical procedure. There's no surgical procedure that can help a cell utilize energy more effectively. Cells don't need a doctor. Cells don't want a doctor. Cells just want to be healthy. Cells just want to have the wherewithal, the nutritional wherewithal, the raw material wherewithal, the oxygen wherewithal, the detoxification wherewithal to be healthy. In terms of a cell, being healthy means a cell can do what it needs to do, and there ain't no Mevacor or Lipitor or statin drug or any drug that can make a difference. Being healthy to a cell means that a cell can do its job. Doctors and drugs and surgical procedures cannot improve the performance of a cell. They can't help a cell do its job. And what's a cell's job? A cell's job is to make things. And in order for it to make things, the internal structure of the cell has to be organized and maintained just so. This is so important, you guys. If it's hard to imagine what a cell is like at 1/100th the size of a head of a pin, how much harder is it to imagine the substructure inside a cell? There are tens of thousands of substructures inside a cell. Can you imagine this? You've got a blob that is too small to even be seen with the naked eye. And within this little blob, you've got thousands, tens of thousands of substructures. And they're all located and organized and put in place just so inside a cell. There's an internal structure to this microscopic little blob. This is so amazing. And the internal structure requires energy for all the parts to be placed just so. In order for this internal structure to remain intact, the cell's got to have energy. You see how important this energy component is. Not only is energy important to keep a cell doing what it needs to be doing, but it needs to have energy. A cell needs to have energy so the substructure can be intact. When we say all disease is cell disease, we're talking about a lack of energy in this tiny, tiny little entity called a cell. All right, I'm Pharmacist Ben. Got lots more to talk about. We're going to take your calls when we come back from our break. 855-660-4261 is our number. You are listening to the Brightside on the Genesis Communication Network.
If you're worried about your health and you're tired of the nasty side effects of harsh drugs or antibiotics, then look no further. Supernatural Silver is the answer. Supernatural Silver is a powerful immune system enhancer that can be used every day to help keep you healthy and well with none of those nasty side effects. It's extremely safe for use internally as well as topically. And Supernatural Silver is hundreds of times more effective than colloidal or ionic silver. It is perfect for use in the sinuses, eyes, ears, and on any wound or skin issue. Supernatural Silver is also extremely effective when taken orally and can help fight off bacteria, viruses, and mold that may be overwhelming your immune system. Go to supernaturalsilver.com, supernaturalsilver.com, and use the promo code SILVER2014 for 20% off of your entire order and give yourself and your loved ones a fighting chance with Supernatural Silver.
Hi, this is Steve Sanchez, and based on a recent study, it was found that 57 million Americans had legal issues over the last 12 months, but only 60% of those studied sought out the services of a lawyer. Why? In a nutshell, affordability. Well, my friends at Legal Shield have created a solution that can help you not if, but when you need an attorney. For as little as $17 per month, Legal Shield will provide you unlimited access to qualified attorneys at an accomplished law firm for advice and counsel on legal issues, no matter how serious or trivial. For over 40 years and with 1.4 million families across North America, Legal Shield can help you, the loyal GCN listener. Representatives are standing by now to answer your questions, so call them now at 1-855-340-SAVE. That's 1-855-340-7283, or visit them at lsprotection.com. That's lsprotection.com.
Results will vary from case to case.
This alert just came in. This special announcement is for business owners and leaders of organizations who've been waiting for the right time to build. General Steel has made it impossible to wait any longer with rock-bottom prices that could save you thousands. That's right. General Steel, America's leader in pre-engineered structures, is offering buildings at prices you will never see again. Don't miss these prices. A 50 by 100 for under $30,000. You heard right. That's 5,000 square feet under $30,000. Manufacturers, if you need a larger building, try a 100 by 100 commercial building for $129,000. You can't afford to rent with these prices. Imagine a 70 by 100 foot church building for under $69,000. With the economy improving and interest rates still at historic lows, you can't afford to wait. So call 866-91-STEEL. Lock in your price now. Take delivery in spring. 866-91-STEEL. That's 866-917-8335.
In the U.S., 1 in every 50 homes will have a break-in this year. Burglars call it smash and grab. Police call it robbery. We call it avoidable. We are Fake TV, a simple electronic device that can fool even professional burglars. Fake TV easily plugs into any outlet and simulates the changing colors of a television. To a burglar, it looks like someone must be home watching TV, so they'll likely move on to an easier target. At only $29.95, Fake TV costs less than a month of most alarm monitoring plans and comes with free shipping. Order your Fake TV by calling 877-5-FAKE-TV or go to faketv.com. That's 877-532-5388 or faketv.com. Fake TV, the burglar deterrent.
Great news, pure water lovers. BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com has a special discount offer for all GCN listeners. You can't do better than a Big Berkey for economy. For only 1.7 cents a gallon, a single set of filters can last for 5 to 10 years. There's none better than a Big Berkey for emergency preparedness as a backup water source. And you just can't beat a Big Berkey to remove dangerous chlorine, all types of fluoride, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, parasites, and unhealthy byproducts from municipal water. Berkey water filter systems are even powerful enough to purify stagnant pond water. For the gold standard in water filters, get a Big Berkey at BigBerkeyWaterFilters.com. And all GCN listeners get 5% off all ceramic filter systems. For details, call 1-877-99-BERKEY. That's 877-99-BERKEY. Big Berkey Water Filters, for the love of clean water.
Great minds think alike. The network for the independent-minded. The Genesis Communications Network. GC.
All right, we are back on the Brightside. I am Pharmacist Ben. Thanks for being here. Tomorrow we'll continue talking about cell aging, cell dysfunction, and how lipofuscin, the aging pigment, plays a role, or how it plays a role. Cell dysfunction plays a role in the accumulation of lipofuscin. We'll talk about nutritional supplements that you can use to help stabilize a cell, keep it viable, keep it healthy, and reduce lipofuscin pigmentation, the aging pigment. Not really, not pigment per se, but dead cell residue, if you will, and all has to do with how a cell processes its waste. We will continue talking about that tomorrow on the Bright Side. Time to hit our phones. 855-660-4261 is our number. Love to have you aboard. 855-660-4261 is our number. Let's go off to Michigan and welcome John to the Bright Side. What's going on? How you doing, John?
Hello, Ben. I have two quick questions. One is with black mold in the blood. I've been told that person who did the research on herself that 25% of the people are genetically set up to have black mold in their system, and she was there was one prescription that she was recommended. It sort of sounds like cholesterol or cholesterol. It's supposed to capture the cholesterol and bond the black mold to it. And
that's a whole bunch of stuff all put together, and I'm not sure how they all fit in. Cholesterol, black mold. I don't know how they have I'm not sure what their relationship is. Now, black mold is a neurotoxin, and as far as I know, black mold is an external kind of thing. I don't know necessarily internal black mold. Now, fungus is a whole different thing. Are you talking about black nails, that kind of thing? Is that what you're talking about?
Well, she has a lot of issues neurologically, and all of her studies have brought it back to this bacteria in her system.
Well, bacteria is not mold. In fact, mold is a fungus, and mold and bacteria are kind of like opposing each other. It's kind of interesting. If you have nail fungus, toenail fungus, fingernail fungus, or any kind of fungal infection, systemic yeast. I have a friend who keeps his girlfriend's got systemic yeast. He's been messaging me back and forth about systemic yeast. Yeast is kind of a synonym for fungus and for mold inside the body. I don't think they're exactly the same, but generally speaking, there's this balance between bacteria that live in our gut and fungus. Now, when our gut is healthy, the bacteria in the gut will kind of balance out the fungus, and they'll all live in this nice, healthy, symbiotic relationship where they're all balanced. However, when we have gut problems, when we're drinking or we're taking antibiotics or drinking antibiotic-laden water or eating antibiotic-containing fish and meat or chlorine in water, fluoride in water, even drugs in water, all of these can conspire to destroy bacteria that live in the gut. The net effect will be fungus that overgrows. So if you're talking about a systemic internal fungal infection, which it sounds like you're talking about, doesn't matter whether it's black or gold or purple or any other color, the fact is that a systemic fungal infection can be a really big problem. Now, what do you do? There's a lot of things you could do. The most important thing to do is you want to reestablish the healthy biome, the healthy gut bacteria environment. And that means staying away from anything that's got antibiotics in it, fish and meat or big problems. Certainly taking prescription antibiotics can be a problem. Drinking tap water can be a problem as well. And then using fermented food and probiotic supplements. The absolute finest nutritional strategy for balancing out excessive yeast or fungus in the body is to use a probiotic supplement like the Biolumin Nightly Essence from Youngevity. It's the best one I know of. Whatever it is, get yourself on a probiotic supplement. Folks, a probiotic supplement is not optional. These days, because of how toxic our environment is, as I say, antibiotics everywhere, killing bacteria, chlorine in the water, fluoride in the water, killing our gut bacteria, a probiotic like the Biolumin Nightly Essence from Youngevity is just flat out not optional, especially if you're dealing with a systemic fungal infection that can show up on the nails or can show up as fatigue or can show up as skin diseases. There's all kinds of ways these chronic fungal infections can show up. In any case, getting yourself on the Nightly Essence or a good probiotic supplement is a must. Also, fermented foods can be very helpful. From kimchi and miso and tempeh, all the wonderful fermented foods, kefir and yogurt, all the great fermented foods that are available. Pickled beets, I particularly like pickled beets. Pickles in general are a good source of good bacteria too. Now, another thing that you might want to consider is sugar. Yeast loves sugar. There's a guy named Dr. William Crook, C-R-O-O-K, who wrote a book called The Yeast Connection. It's kind of a classic book about systemic yeast infections. And he talks all about the link between refined carbohydrates, sugar that is, and yeast. So getting on a anti-yeast diet is also very important. John, I would be considering that. Staying away from refined carbohydrates, flour, pasta, rice, potatoes, certainly desserts and fruit juices are also important, in addition to making sure that you're getting your probiotics. If you have a problem weaning yourself off of carbs, or refined carbs, I should say, the best strategy is to up your protein. Eating more protein is the easiest way to reduce your refined carbohydrate intake. And by the way, when we beat up on carbs on this program, what we're beating up on is processed and refined carbohydrates. Most of our calories should be coming from carbohydrates, but they should be coming from vegetable carbohydrates, not from grain carbohydrates, seed carbohydrates, and certainly not from processed carbohydrates that are so high in calories and in raw energy that the body has to deal with. I hope that helps, John.
Ben?
Yes, sir.
Ben, may I have this person contact you?
Absolutely. Now, I'm behind on my emails, but I haven't sent an email. Please, if you send me an email, please put your phone number on there so I can get back to you by phone, because just typing out emails, man, that would take me forever. It takes a lot of time just to do a phone consult, but if you send me an email, put your phone number and I'll spend some time.
This person's a doctor, so you'll be...
Oh, that'd be great. That'd be awesome. I'd love to.
Armor for thyroid.
Armor thyroid is a way, it's a more medical, I rip on the medical model a lot, granted. I rip on the pharmacological model a lot, granted. The idea that you can use drugs to treat disease. Well, there's also a naturopathic pharmacomedical model. There's also what I call allopathic nutrition, where you do use so-called natural substances the way a doctor would use pharmacology. Now, Armor thyroid is a prescription drug, but it has this connotation that it's natural and it's safe. Well, yes, perhaps it's more natural than Synthroid, and it's a better option than Synthroid. But folks, if you have a thyroid problem, just taking Armor thyroid may not be helpful. The thyroid is connected to lots of other parts of the body. The thyroid is connected to the digestive system. The thyroid is related to the blood sugar system. The thyroid is related to the adrenal glands. So if you don't address your digestive health issues, and you don't address your blood sugar issues, and you don't address the stress in your life, emotional and mental stress as well as physiologic stress, no matter how much Armor thyroid you're taking, it's not like it's going to magically cure your thyroid. And by the way, the same is true about iodine. I can't tell you how many people I hear tell me, oh, well, I'm hypothyroid, but I take iodine. I've got a friend. She's probably not my friend anymore because I ripped into her. And she says, well, I take iodoral. Why would I be hypothyroid? Well, the fact is iodine is not some magic medicine for the thyroid. It's not some magic panacea for the thyroid. If you have a digestive problem, you could take all the iodoral you want. You're still going to have a thyroid problem, more than likely. If you have a blood sugar problem, an adrenal problem, the same is true. We have to understand that the body exists as a system. All the parts are related to all the other parts. So if you have a thyroid problem, you got a problem with the system. Now, if you're deficient in iodine and everything else is running perfect, but you just happen to be deficient in iodine, yes, iodoral will help you. But chances are, if you got a thyroid problem, you got other problems too, especially in the digestive system and in the blood sugar system and in the adrenal system. And it doesn't matter if you're just taking Armor thyroid or iodine or anything else. Got to work on the whole system. All right, we'll finish up when we come back from our break, John. So hang tight. If you're on hold, stay there. We'll get to you when we come back. I'm Pharmacist Ben. We'll be...
Hey, gang, as you can imagine, living with the moniker America's Mr. Right can be kind of tough at times. But you know what? It's easy to live up to the challenge when you're feeling good. Hi, everybody. I'm Jason Lewis, and that's why I watch what I eat and supplement my diet with great products from Youngevity, like their great vitamin mineral complex drink or a protein shake or my favorite probiotic dark chocolate packed with antioxidants. You know, I love these products, and I'll bet you will, too. And now you can get them all at jasonlewisteam.com. Now, look, these are just the things I like from Youngevity, but if you're looking for, say, a sports drink endorsed by an NBA All-Star or a shot of Pollen Burst, the best energy drink on the market, it's all here, too. All you have to do is go to jasonlewisteam.com or call 1-855-310-TEAM. Now, that's 1-855-310-TEAM. Get all these products and more and feel like America's Mr. Right. It's jasonlewisteam.com.
So my elementary school-aged child is begging me for a cell phone.
Please, Mom, please. All the kids have them.
But I've seen the research, and it makes sense to me that any mobile device that operates using electromagnetic frequencies that close to me or my child's head needs to be blocked.
Harmful wireless radiation is real. Protect yourself and your loved ones with Block It Pocket. Call 888-315-9618. Free shipping to the lower 48. BlockItPocket.com. Enhancing health and privacy.
If you own a business, you need customers, right? Well, your potential customers are listening to this radio program right now, and I can help you reach them. Hi, I'm Matt Brower, a national marketing executive at the radio network responsible for this program. I can help you customize a national radio campaign that fits your budget, large or small, while targeting your specific audience. Call me to learn how radio advertising can make your business more profitable. 877-996-4327, extension 128. That's 877-996-4327, extension 128.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
It's hard to imagine when things are going reasonably well just how quickly things can change. But what would it take? Economic collapse? Massive crop failure? Chemical or biological attack? So many situations could find you in the grocery looking to pick up food for your family only to find that the shelves are empty. There's nothing. Don't let that happen. Act today to make sure that if it ever comes to that, you and your family will be provided for. Visit freezedryguy.com to look at the wide variety of survival foods available. Freeze-dried foods from the Freeze Dry Guy store longer, rehydrate faster, are nutritionally superior to, and taste better than any other long-term storage food available. Visit freezedryguy.com or call toll-free 866-404-3663. freezedryguy.com.
Not just an alternative to the mainstream media. We're the premier independent talk radio network. We are G.
Back on the Brightside, I'm pharmacist Ben. John in Michigan. Got to wind down here, my friend. What's going on? Anything else I can help you with?
The doctor that prescribed that, she cured her husband of cancer. He had deep sinus cancer, and she used a turmeric product, and she's an MD and a holistic doctor, and she has a book out now, too, you might be interested in. Her name is Dr. Catherine Roth, if you just search that.
R-O-S-S, Ross?
R-O-T-H. And
Roth. Okay, I will look that up. Look that up. Thank you so much, John. Appreciate it, man. Okay, take care. Have a good day. All right, Irene in California, what's going on? Welcome to the Brightside.
Hi, yes. I spoke with you a couple weeks ago, and you recommended some things for my adrenal fatigue. You said take some C, 10,000 or whatever, and zinc, I think with copper. And then I also want to take the nightly essence, the Biolumin, whatever those are. Yeah. I can't swallow pills.
Oh, you can't?
Oh, my God, no.
That's terrible. Try some applesauce. Did you ever try putting it in applesauce? That's an old pharmacy trick. You put it in apple...
No, they just totally get stuck.
Eat an applesauce?
Seriously.
Or coconut oil?
You mean to take with the pills?
Yeah, you put the pill in some coconut oil, which is very slippery, or applesauce, which is slippery, a little sugary, but it slips down the throat. That's an old pharmacy trick for people who can't take vitamins, who can't take pills.
I'll try the coconut.
Yeah, try coconut oil. Stick it in some coconut oil and then swallow the coconut oil, and then that'll help the pill slide down your throat, and you'll get the coconut oil, too, which is very good for you, by the way.
Right.
Make sure it's organic coconut oil, though.
Oh, yeah, I've got all that stuff. Okay, and then I have a question for my friend.
Did I tell you about, I'm sorry, Irene, did I tell you about sea salt for the adrenal glands, too?
Oh, I have that.
Okay, good.
Yeah,
Sipping on sea salt. Perfect. Okay, go ahead.
A friend of mine he's 65 years old.
Okay.
And he gets testosterone implants.
Okay.
Like every month or every 6 weeks or something. And he said it's made a big difference for him with energy and mood and well-being and all that. But he said it's not doing anything for his
what?
Sexual performance.
Really?
And is there anything he can take for that?
To perform? I love the way they say perform, like you're a circus clown or something.
Here's
here's the deal. How old is he, did you say?
I think he's like 65.
Okay, well, he's young enough. He's not noticing a difference from the testosterone. Usually that works pretty well for performance. A couple ideas here. First of all, if he's got any circulatory problems, that's going to cause some issues with getting erections. So he has to. I would be considering it to be a circulatory issue, especially if he's 65 years old and if he has a history of blood pressure problems or heart problems or anything like that. That might be something to address. You can use the B vitamins, especially niacin, vitamin B3, very important for blood fats and for improving circulation. And I'd also be considering male boosting hormones that boost testosterone in addition to just straight testosterone. There's a whole bunch of those. Zinc is very, very important for the male reproductive system, as is vitamin E. In fact, vitamin E, its Latin name means tocopherol, means to bear children, and that's because of its positive effect on fertility as well as sexual performance. 400 IU a day is a good place to be with vitamin E. We're going to talk about vitamin E tomorrow as it regards lipofusion, but also for helping get erections. Vitamin E can be important. Same with zinc. Always balance out your zinc with copper. And then there's an amino acid called arginine, which can be very helpful. Maybe 1 gram to 5 grams of arginine a day might be something to think about. Usually the testosterone works really well. You might also want to try some DHEA. 10 to 15 milligrams a day on DHEA for improving erections. Sometimes that helps also. And then vitamin A also might help too. 20,000 international units a day of vitamin A. All right.
Great.
Irene,
Thank
is that
you.
good? Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for calling. Also, I forgot to say, blood sugar problems can also, diabetes and pre-diabetes or hyperinsulinemia, too much insulin, that can also have a negative effect on sexuality. So stabilizing the blood sugar and eating more protein to stabilize the blood sugar is your best strategy. All right, Rod in Florida, what's going on? Welcome to the Brightside. Rod. Hey, Rod.
Yeah, Ben. What is eczema? How do you cure it? And,
okay. Great question.
One more thing. Does it lead to manifest itself in MRSA?
There might be a relationship. MRSA, methicillin-resistant Staph aureus. There's staph on the skin. MRSA is when that staph becomes resistant to antibiotics. Eczema is a condition of an inflammatory condition. This is where I was talking about earlier in the program, how there's this connection between the microscopic level of a cell and the macroscopic appearance of symptoms. When we see eczema, which shows up as rashes or incomplete growth of skin, you'll see the underneath layers of the skin appearing. The skin doesn't get covered over the way it typically does if it's healthy. Skin cells aren't dividing like they should. They're not growing like they should. Why don't skin cells grow like they should? Well, they don't grow like they should for the same reason all cells don't grow like they should, whether they're in your heart or whether they're in your liver or your bone or on your skin. They don't grow like they should. Skin cells don't grow like they should because there's inflammation around the cell, keeping that cell from getting nutrition, keeping that cell from getting oxygenated, and keeping that cell from draining away toxins. The inflammatory process, even though it doesn't look like there's inflammation when you have eczema, there is. This is so important, you guys. It doesn't appear like there's any inflammatory process or inflammatory mechanisms kicking in, but the fact that you have eczema is proof positive that there is inflammation going on. Now, inflammation is a defensive response. That means the body is defending itself from something. The first thing to look at whenever there's inflammation, whether you see it or whether you don't, the first thing to think about is why is something getting into the body, or how is something getting into the body that's triggering this defensive response? Well, almost always is going to be related to food. So for eczema, the first thing to focus on is food and malabsorption, especially malabsorption of fats. Using digestive enzymes, using lecithin, using bile salts, BILE, using the ultimate enzymes from longevity, using pancreatin, making sure that you're using apple cider vinegar after all your meals. These are all ways that you can improve fat absorption. Take them, all of these with fatty meals, lecithin, the ultimate enzymes. Probiotics also can be very helpful for fat absorption. The Biolumin Nightly Essence. These are all ways to treat eczema, you guys. I'm saying fat absorption, but because eczema is maybe an indicator that there's fat malabsorption, all of these supplements, lecithin, digestive enzymes, the ultimate enzymes, bile salts, probiotics, apple cider vinegar, they can all help with the eczematic condition. Then There's the intake of, and by the way, eliminating problem foods is also very important. Kids who have eczema oftentimes will have problems with dairy and with grains, but eliminating all problem foods is going to be important. Then you got to make sure you're getting in your fatty nutrients. So step number 1 for dealing with eczema, step number 1, eliminate problem foods, support digestive system health, especially fat and malabsorption issues. Step number 2, make sure you're getting your fatty vitamins. Chief among them are vitamin A and vitamin D. Vitamin A is actually used as a prescription treatment for eczema. Same with vitamin D. Vitamin D can be used, the best way to get your vitamin D is from the sun. And then essential fatty acids can also be helpful for eczema, both omega-6s and omega-3s. There's actually a derivative omega-6 that can be especially helpful for eczema, something called GLA, gamma-linolenic acid. GLA is very helpful for all inflammatory conditions, but especially for skin inflammation, eczema predominantly. So you can get GLA as capsules, or you can get GLA from evening primrose oil, or from your Ultimate EFAs from Longevity. Zinc is also important for eczema. Zinc is a mineral, but it tends to be processed by the fatty system of the body. Most people are deficient in zinc unless they're supplementing with zinc, and if you do have any fat malabsorption issues, rest assured you're probably going to be deficient in zinc. 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate is a good place to be. I would be using 400 international units of vitamin E. Of course, 20,000 international units of vitamin A can be helpful. And make sure you're getting your vitamin D either from omega-3 fat from fish oil, I should say, but especially from the sun. That's the best place to get your vitamin D. So if you got eczema, go out in the sun, lay out in the sun, and you'll notice that your skin improves. All skin issues improve when you go out in the sun. Don't pay any attention to the craziness about avoiding the sun. You don't want to burn. Nobody's saying you want to go crazy out in the sun. But you absolutely positively do need to be getting a little bit of sun, most especially because you'll get that vitamin D. Treat eczema as a sign of inflammation, microscopic inflammation. Treat eczema as a sign of an activated immune system. Treat eczema as a sign there may be food allergies, and treat eczema as a sign that you may be running deficient in your fatty nutrients. If you want a topical way of treating eczema, the best way to do it is not steroids. That's what you'll get from the doctor. By the way, if you're getting steroids, what does that tell you? That tells you that you have an immune condition, an inflammatory condition by definition. So the best way to topically treat eczema is not with steroid drugs, but by using topical zinc, especially zinc oxide, and topical vitamin C in its fatty format, ascorbyl palmitate. Thanks for your call, Rod. Appreciate it. And that's all the time we have for today on the Brightside. I encourage you all to check out my blog, pharmacistben.com, and please join the Brightside Ben team. Call the Brightside Ben phone team at 866-735-2470. They can tell you how to do it. For a one-time $10 fee, you can earn yourself some thank you checks and help spread the word about the power and importance of a good nutritional supplement program. We'll talk to you all later, folks. Have a wonderful, beautiful day. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Bye for now.
So we decided to upgrade the look of our home.
You know, improve the curb appeal.
We decided to add the look of stone to the exterior.
We really like the stacked stone look.
Yeah, but when I checked into the price, it was ridiculous. No way could we afford it.
Then a friend told me about Genstone. Genstone.
Genstone comes in lightweight panels made of polyurethane. They've actually engineered the hassle out of installation. No mortar, no mesh. It was easy. Even I could do it.
We just screwed the panels to the wall and it looks like stone. I mean, it really looks like stone.
Yeah, from the box to the wall in minutes.
We love the look of our home now.
And Genstone is durable, comes with a 25-year warranty, and offers additional R-value for insulation.
If you want the look of stone at a price you can afford, call Genstone
at 855-955-STONE.
Trust me, you'll save money.
And you'll love the look.
855-955-STONE. That's 855-955-7866.
We all know that Berkey Water Purification Systems are the most trusted name in water filtration. As an authorized Berkey dealer for over 6 years and serving thousands of satisfied customers, the Berkey Guy offers amazing specials for Berkey Water Filtration Systems. The Berkey Light Systems include a set of self-sterilizing and recleanable black purification elements that purify water by removing chlorine, pathogenic bacteria, cysts, and parasites to non-detectable levels and remove harmful chemicals such as herbicides and pesticides. Order the Berkey Light Systems
system today, complete with 2 Black Berkey elements for only $231, and the Berkey Guy will ship your order free of charge. With the purchase of a Berkey Light, the Berkey Guy is also offering a set of fluoride and arsenic filters for only $39.99. That's over 30% off the retail price. Call the Berkey Guy at 1-877-886-3653. That's 1-877-886-3653. Or order online at GoBerkey.com. That's GoBerkey.com today.